In this video, we'll walk through the basic steps for installing a Zero-Zone Guardian Merchandiser. This is a high-level overview. Be sure to reference the full installation and operation manual for detailed instructions and safety guidelines. The Guardian Merchandiser is designed to function as a single unit or be joined with other display cases in a lineup. If your installation includes multiple units, start by identifying the first case in the lineup. Remove all shipping packaging. Then inspect the case thoroughly for any signs of damage. Next, remove any components secured to the roof or stored inside the case during transit. Finally, verify that all required parts have been received before proceeding. Next, snap a chalk line or use a laser to mark the front edge of the lineup. Then, mark each base location on the floor using tape. Use a rotary laser to identify the high spot along the lineup. At each base location, place shims to match the height of that high spot, both front and rear. After the shims are positioned, tape them securely to the floor. Place the display case on top of the shims that were taped to the floor. If the case will be joined to another in the lineup, apply butyl caulk according to the caulking instructions provided. Apply 2 beads of caulk along the top, one at the front and one at the rear as shown in the diagram. Then, apply 3 beads of butyl caulk to the bottom of the case. Each bead should be approximately 1/2 inch thick. Next, move the adjacent case into position using a pallet jack or Johnson bar. Before joining the cases, remove the shelves and the bottom wire rack from the unit. Use the provided joining bolts to secure the cases together. Ensure the seams are flush. Do not use the bolts to pull the cases together. Start at the top rear, tighten the bolts down the back, then up the front. Once aligned, snap the vertical joining splice into place on the end mullions of the 2 cases. The packaged refrigeration unit, or PRU, weighs approximately 85 pounds and requires 2 installers for safe handling. The evaporator cover is sealed to the PRU cassette and must not be removed, as this can lead to heat intrusion. A ladder is required for proper alignment and mounting. Before installation, confirm that the PRU is the correct assembly for either a freezer or cooler. The case openings are shipped covered. Remove any remaining packaging from the top of the case. Position the PRU in front of the case with the enclosure facing the rear. With 1 technician on each side, lift and slide the rear of the PRU onto the case until approximately 6 inches overhang the front. While 1 technician holds the PRU in place, the other climbs the ladder to guide it into final position. Do not stand on top of the Guardian Merchandiser. Secure the PRU to the case using the 7 mounting bolts provided. Refer to the torque guide in the installation and operation manual to ensure a proper seal. Install all PRUs in the lineup before proceeding. Connect each PRU to the electrical box located on top of the case. The PRU controller is shipped in the factory-mounted position. To reposition the controller for operation, remove the 2 screws securing it to the PRU base. Slide the controller forward until it's flush with the front of the case and aligned with the forward mounting holes. Reinstall the controller using the same 2 screws. The light switch is attached to the end of the wiring harness. Begin by detaching the switch from the harness. The screws securing the upper raceway cover will also be used to mount the front shroud. Loosen these screws without removing them. Slide the front shroud under the screw heads. Then tighten them to secure the shroud. Refer to the installation and operation manual to determine how many angled support brackets are required. Mount the brackets to the top of the case. Use a level at each bracket to ensure the front shroud is upright. Next, place the rear shroud on top of the case. Then, position the side shrouds so they are perpendicular to the front and rear. Secure the side shrouds by screwing them to the front and rear shrouds. Install an angled support bracket on each side shroud. Feed the light switch wires through the cutout in the front shroud. Reattach the light switch to the harness and mount it to the front shroud. The orientation of the switch will not affect light operation. Finally, install the heat deflectors between the PRUs, ensuring the wiring egress is oriented towards the rear of the display case. Connect your Guardian Merchandiser to power. After power is applied, allow the case to run for a full 24 hours before stocking. This completes the installation of your new Guardian Merchandiser.